She said I stole fentanyl. She forgot that or literally records everything. For 2 years, Dr. Vance told everyone I was a liability in the OR. She assigned me the grueling 36-hour shifts, critiqued my suturing in front of patients, and documented every perceived flaw. 3 weeks ago, she filed a formal petition to revoke my medical license, claiming I diverted fentanyl during a triple bypass. In reality, I barely spoke in her presence. I stood in the back of the trauma bay, charting in silence. Every time I saved a coding patient, she credited another resident. But she was the golden child of the hospital, bringing in millions in grants. I was just a third-year resident with a massive target on my back. Now, we sat in the sterile boardroom. Dr. Vance in the center, me in the corner, my union rep beside me, and 3 executives across the table. What was the exact dosage missing? The chief asked. Vance glanced at the executives. A full vial, I believe. The chief leaned forward. You believe? Did you physically see him take it? He hovered by the Pyxis machine. She deflected. Which nurses were on shift? I don't recall their names. The chief cleared his throat. We interviewed the entire ICU staff. Not a single nurse saw him near the dispensary. They're covering for him, she snapped. All 12 of them. The chief wrote something down. Let's review your previous write-ups. October 12th. You claimed he compromised a sterile field. What exactly did he do? Her jaw tightened. He brushed against the surgical tray. Did the anesthesiologist corroborate this? We were alone during prep. No witnesses. She shot me a venomous look. He's calculated like that. The board president opened a thick red folder. Vance watched his hands like they were holding a scalpel. December 4th, the president read. You stated he abandoned a critical patient. Which patient? She blinked rapidly. A man in bed 4. Name? I can't recall the specific chart. Did the patient crash? I intervened before that happened, she said, her voice climbing higher. What time was this? Her hand trembled slightly. Early morning. Maybe 6 a.m. I was on a mandatory rotation at the pediatric clinic that entire week, I said. The room went dead still. Vance's face twitched. She opened her mouth, but the lie died in her throat. That's when the real bombshell dropped. The chief closed the folder. There's one more thing. An anonymous scrub tech submitted audio logs from the OR's black box system. All the blood drained from her face. He turned his laptop around and hit play. Her voice echoed off the acoustic tiles. Don't bother closing. We both know you only got this residency because of diversity quotas. Vance's hand flew to her throat. Another recording played. Look who decided to scrub in. Must be nice having a mother who pays off the dean. My union rep squeezed my shoulder. A third recording. You remind me exactly of your mother. Same arrogant posture. Same god complex. She thought she could steal my chief resident spot 20 years ago. Look at the mediocre clinic she's rotting in now. The audio cut off. Vance was violently shaking. His mother was your peer in this exact program, the chief said quietly. 20 years ago, you sabotaged her final evaluation. I looked at Vance. She was staring at the mahogany table, taking shallow, panicked breaths. You've been punishing him to settle a 2-decade-old grudge, my rep stated. The chief turned to her. Is this accurate, Dr. Vance? Her lips parted, but no sound emerged. She tried again. Her methods were dangerous. Barely a whisper. He is exactly the same. So you admit you recognize the family connection, the chief said. Yet you couldn't identify a single nurse who witnessed his alleged theft. Vance stood up so fast her chair crashed to the floor. This is a setup. He manipulated the audio. You are stripped of your surgical privileges, the chief said. Security is waiting in the hall. Clear your locker. Vance looked around the boardroom, her eyes wide and wet, desperately searching for an ally in the empire she built. She found absolutely no one.